Welcome back to Days of... Today we will learn about the explosive developments brewing in Salem as the September 4th, 2025 episode promises to deliver heart-wrenching family confrontations and devastating revelations that will leave viewers on the edge of their seats. The DiMera dynasty crumbles. EJ and Johnny's fractured bond. The tension between EJ DiMera and his son Johnny has reached a boiling point, creating an atmosphere so thick with animosity that it threatens to tear apart the very fabric of the DiMera legacy. As we witness this father-son relationship deteriorate before our eyes, the psychological wounds run deeper than any physical confrontation could ever achieve. Johnny's steadfast refusal to acknowledge his father's role in securing his freedom from the recent murder charges speaks volumes about the irreparable damage that has been inflicted upon their bond. The complexity of their relationship becomes even more pronounced when we consider the intricate web of secrets and lies that have defined the DiMera family for generations. EJ's desperate attempts to reach out to his son are met with cold indifference, a stark contrast to the warmth and affection they once shared. The emotional distance between them has grown so vast that even being in the same room creates an atmosphere of unbearable tension, with Johnny's body language screaming rejection every time his father enters his vicinity. What makes this confrontation particularly devastating is Johnny's complete lack of awareness regarding the sacrifices EJ made behind the scenes to secure his freedom. The young DiMera has no knowledge of how his father manipulated Kristen into confessing to crimes she didn't commit, nor does he understand the delicate orchestration that prevented Rachel's true involvement from coming to light. This ignorance fuels Johnny's resentment, creating a tragic irony where the son despises the very father who moved heaven and earth to protect him. Chanel's maternal yearnings. A heart divided. The devastating blow of losing their adoption opportunity has left Chanel Dupree DiMera emotionally shattered, yet her determination to become a mother burns brighter than ever. As she contemplates the possibility of pursuing another adoption, the weight of her previous losses creates a complex emotional landscape that threatens to consume her entirely. Her desperate desire for motherhood has become both her greatest source of hope and her most profound source of pain. The psychological impact of repeatedly having motherhood snatched away from her has created deep emotional scars that manifest in every interaction she has with Johnny. Her protective maternal instincts have shifted into overdrive, creating a fierce determination that borders on obsession. The way she looks at other people's children now carries a longing so intense that it's almost palpable, and her conversations about the future invariably circle back to the possibility of building the family she so desperately craves. Chanel's consideration of adoption takes on new dimensions as she begins to explore unconventional avenues, including the potential opportunity involving Javi and Leo's foster care situation with Rafe. The complexity of navigating these delicate family dynamics, while dealing with her own emotional trauma, creates a perfect storm of hope and heartbreak. Her relationship with Johnny becomes increasingly strained as she struggles to balance her understanding of his pain with her own desperate need to fulfill her maternal dreams. Marlena's descent into psychological torment. The legendary Dr. Marlena Evans finds herself trapped in a nightmarish cycle of psychological torment that threatens to unravel her very sanity. Her dreams have become a battlefield where the ghost of Stefano DiMera wages war against her conscious mind, dragging her back to the darkest chapter of her past, when she was transformed into his queen of the night. These aren't merely dreams but visceral experiences that leave her gasping for breath and questioning the boundaries between reality and nightmare. The medical mystery surrounding her condition has deepened considerably, with all physical tests returning normal results, while her psychological state continues to deteriorate at an alarming rate. The irony of Salem's most respected psychiatrist being unable to heal her own mental wounds creates a poetic tragedy that resonates throughout the entire community. Her colleagues watch helplessly as the woman who has guided countless others through their darkest moments now struggles to find her way back to the light. Marlena's desperate plea for Belle's legal expertise suggests that her nightmares may be more than just psychological manifestations of grief and trauma. The possibility that supernatural or legally actionable forces are at play adds layers of complexity to her situation that extend far beyond traditional psychiatric treatment. Her request for help carries the weight of desperation, suggesting that she believes her daughter's legal acumen might be the key to breaking free from whatever dark force has ensnared her mind. The Titan power struggle. Gabby's master manipulation. Gabby Hernandez has positioned herself as the ultimate chess master in Salem's corporate warfare, using her intelligence-gathering skills to orchestrate what could become the most significant business coup in recent memory. Her strategic placement of surveillance equipment in Xander's office has yielded explosive information about Philip's forged documentation, creating leverage that could topple the entire Kyriakis-Cook alliance and restore the Dimera Empire to its rightful place. The psychological warfare aspect of Gabby's plan reveals her evolution from a woman driven by emotion to a calculated strategist who understands that information is the ultimate weapon. Her ability to maintain romantic entanglements with multiple men while pursuing her corporate objectives demonstrates a level of compartmentalization that would make even the most seasoned Dimera proud. The potential love triangle brewing between herself, Philip, and Xander adds dangerous emotional complications to her already precarious position. Tony Dimera's trust in Gabby's abilities speaks to her transformation from an outsider to a true Dimera by marriage and spirit. Their partnership represents a meeting of old-world Dimera cunning with new-generation technological savvy, creating a formidable alliance that could reshape Salem's power structure permanently. The success of their Titan takeover scheme hinges not just on corporate maneuvering, but on Gabby's ability to maintain her emotional detachment while playing multiple romantic angles simultaneously. Philip's trust test. Brotherhood under fire. The relationship between Philip Kyriakis and Xander Cook reaches a critical juncture as Philip devises an elaborate test to determine where his brother's true loyalties lie. This examination of brotherhood goes beyond simple trust exercises, delving into the psychological complexities of family bonds forged through shared trauma rather than blood. The life-threatening scenario that Philip orchestrates serves as both a test of Xander's reflexes and a measurement of his genuine concern for his newly discovered sibling. The ambiguity surrounding Philip's motivations creates a fascinating psychological study in family dynamics and corporate loyalty. His uncertainty about whether he wants Xander to pass or fail the test reveals the internal conflict between his desire for genuine family connection and his pragmatic understanding of business necessities. This emotional vulnerability makes Philip's character more compelling as he struggles to balance personal relationships with professional obligations. The staged nature of the dangerous situation adds layers of deception that mirror the broader themes of trust and betrayal running throughout Salem's current storylines. If Xander discovers that Philip manufactured the crisis, it could shatter any hope of genuine brotherhood between them, turning their alliance into another casualty of Salem's endless cycle of manipulation and revenge. Belle and Brady, sibling solidarity in crisis. The strengthening bond between Belle Black Brady and Brady Black represents a beacon of hope amidst the chaos consuming their family. Their shared experiences of navigating complex romantic relationships and professional challenges have created an unshakable foundation of mutual support that transcends typical sibling dynamics. Their conversations carry the weight of years of shared trauma and triumph, creating an emotional shorthand that allows them to communicate volumes with just a glance or gesture. Belle's legal expertise and Brady's business acumen create a formidable combination when they unite to tackle family crises. Their ability to compartmentalize their personal struggles while supporting each other through difficult times demonstrates the strength of their sibling bond and their commitment to family unity. This relationship serves as a counterpoint to the fractured family dynamics playing out elsewhere in Salem, proving that genuine love and support can survive even the most challenging circumstances. The timing of their bonding becomes particularly significant given the various legal and emotional challenges facing their extended family. Belle's upcoming favor for Marlena and Brady's ongoing investigations create opportunities for their strengthened relationship to be tested in ways that will either forge them into an unstoppable team or reveal hidden fractures in their renewed connection. This explosive episode of Days of Our Lives promises to deliver emotional devastation and shocking revelations that will reverberate through Salem for weeks to come, setting the stage for even more dramatic confrontations and life-altering decisions in the episodes that follow. Part 2. Days of Our Lives Recap, Wednesday, September 3, 2025. burdens, betrayals, and the battle for peace of mind. Salem has always been a place where passions run deep, secrets linger in the shadows, and betrayals wait just around the corner. On Wednesday, September 3rd, 2025, the latest episode of Days of Our Lives unfolded with moments of tenderness, grief, and cunning that promise to ripple far beyond a single day. For longtime viewers who have followed the tangled web of love, loyalty, and deception in Salem, this was another day that reminded us that even the most carefully guarded secrets have a way of coming to light. A gentle surprise for Kat. When Kat returned home after a busy day, she was greeted by a small but heartfelt gesture waiting outside her apartment door. Resting quietly against the frame was a bouquet of fresh flowers. Attached was a card with a playful yet meaningful message. Looking forward to another round or two of mini golf. This light-hearted note was more than just a reminder of a simple game. For Kat, it symbolized the beginning of something deeper, a budding connection with someone who saw joy in the ordinary. Mini golf may not seem like much, but in Salem, where heartbreak and betrayal are everyday occurrences, these small moments of lightness carry great meaning. Kat lingered on the doorstep, bouquet in hand, her expression softening as she realized that affection and perhaps even love were beginning to weave their way into her life again. Marlena's heavy burden. Meanwhile, across town, the atmosphere in Marlena's penthouse was far heavier. Brady returned home only to find Marlena weighed down by sadness after Xander's visit. Marlena has long been a keeper of secrets, a steady presence in a town filled with turmoil, but today she admitted something deeply personal. Sometimes the burden of carrying another person's secret becomes too great to bear. Her words carried more than frustration, they carried pain. Brady, ever protective of his stepmother, listened with concern as Marlena confessed that silence can sometimes feel like chains. To guard another's truth often comes at a personal cost, and Marlena is paying that price. Later, on the couch in the softly lit penthouse, Marlena sat beside Brady, her posture calm but her gaze sharp and serious. In her hands, she held a book titled Peace of Mind. Between them sat a Salem Book Club tote bag. As though even in the midst of chaos, Marlena was reaching for wisdom and serenity. Her eyes, however, told a different story. They held a sternness that only Brady could truly recognize. The look of a woman torn between her loyalty to others and her desire to see justice done. Schemes brewing in the kitchen. Elsewhere in Salem, the shadows of deception were growing darker. At the office, Xander returned for a tense meeting with Philip. But unbeknownst to them, not everyone was out of earshot. From the nearby kitchen, Gabby overheard every word, and her reaction was nothing short of deliciously sly. Xander, armed with a recording pen, began recounting his recent conversation with Marlena. In it, he detailed shocking information. Philip had managed to seize control of half the company through a forged letter. It was a revelation that, if brought into the light, could change the entire balance of power in Salem's business world. For Gabby, the gasp that first escaped her lips quickly transformed into something else. A sly, knowing smile. Gabby has always thrived when secrets fall into her lap, and this was no exception. The knowledge she had just stumbled upon was more valuable than gold. In Salem, information is power, and Gabby now had the power to tilt the scales to her advantage. The seeds of tomorrow's drama. The events of today's episode were more than fleeting moments. They were seeds of larger conflicts ready to bloom. Salem is rarely still, and tomorrow promises even more upheaval. Philip, emboldened and perhaps a little reckless, is preparing to put Xander to the test, a move that will surely shake their uneasy alliance. And elsewhere, Chanel is preparing to revisit the deeply personal and emotional subject of adoption, a decision that will affect not only her life but also the lives of those closest to her. For longtime viewers, these developments are reminders of what has always made Days of Our Lives captivating. The blend of heartfelt emotion, sharp betrayal, and the eternal struggle between keeping the peace and stirring the storm. From Kat's bouquet to Marlena's sorrow to Gabby's sly discovery, Every detail is a thread in Salem's larger tapestry of drama. A town forever caught between light and darkness. What makes Salem unique is that it is both ordinary and extraordinary. A bouquet left on a doorstep can symbolize love blooming, while a whispered secret can threaten to destroy entire families. For Marlena, Brady, Xander, Philip, Gabby, and Kat, every choice matters. Every truth told or concealed can be the spark that lights a fire across the entire town. As viewers watch today's episode, the drama unfolded with the familiarity of old friends, yet with the thrill of something new around every corner. For those who have followed Days of Our Lives for decades, this was another reminder that the heart of Salem still beats strong, filled with passion, secrets, and the eternal hope for peace of mind. And as always, the most important lesson remains. In Salem, nothing stays hidden forever.